You wanna come say hi? That's Jess, everybody.
Hi.
I live with her.
Yeah, Danny cut my hair. Isn't it so cool?
I love it. It looks so good on you. It's just so you. You're welcome. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Danny. Welcome back to my channel where I make videos to foster joy and bring people together. Today I'm actually going to be doing a scripture reflection with you guys, and a lot of my thoughts come from this book that I've been reading called Who Does He Say You Are? It's a book written, I don't know if that will, yeah, there you go. It's a book written by Colleen C. Mitchell, and a lot of the things that I'm going to say are further reflections of things that she has said, but this book, I read it every night before I go to bed. It's just changed my mind so much about what the gospel stories are about and different takes and views on them. So I'm really excited to share that with you. Today I'm going to be doing a reflection on Martha and Mary, which I have always been very passionate, but for different reasons about. I'm going to actually start by reading the scripture. The scripture comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. It says, Now as they went on their way, he entered a village, and a woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she went to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things. One thing is needful. Mary has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her. Now, before I get to things that Colleen has said, I want to share with you just my pre-thoughts on this scripture before she gave me another thought. Previously, I am such a Martha. Like, I am Martha. And I would read this scripture and think and put myself in the situation and hear Jesus saying, Danielle, you are anxious and troubled about many things. And I'm like, Jesus, you right. But my whole thought the whole time was that he was saying, Danielle or Martha, you need to change your ways. You need to change who you are and be more like Mary. Which always bothered me because I'm like, who I am, what I've always been like is been the person who wants to serve and do more and put myself in situations of doing things for the Lord. So I'm very much Martha in the fact that if Jesus was in my home, I would be cooking, I'd be cleaning, I'd be doing things, prepping everywhere. And I would be so frustrated if my sister Mary was just sitting at the Lord's feet. But Jesus isn't saying that Martha is wrong in the things that she's doing. What he's saying is that he wished that she was present to him. Like I said, Colleen, girl, I want to meet you so bad because, man, she just has so many good things to say. And I'm going to read parts of what she says. So a lot of my thoughts are just extensions of things that she has already said, but I'm going to read to you some of the things that she wrote in this book. One of the things she says is this, open quote, what Jesus wants for you and me has very little to do with whether we sit or stand, serve the supper, or contemplate at his feet. What he wants for us is to be so keenly aware of his divine presence with us that whatever we do takes on the nature of the extraordinary, and we live in a sense of wild gratitude. End quote. This is what, when I was reading this was my expression. I was just like, what? What Colleen is saying is Jesus doesn't care for serving or if we're praying in front of his feet and listening to him. What Jesus wants is for us to be aware of his presence. for us in every moment to be so aware of him, that he is present with us, that we can live in each moment with him, that whatever we do is for him. I hope I explained that right. Let me go further. Because as I said before, my whole life I thought that Jesus was asking me to be Mary instead of Martha. And maybe this is good news for you too. Like, you thought, dang, I have to change my ways to be more of what Jesus wants for me. But Jesus is saying, no, I want you to be who you are. I just want you to be aware of me. Again, what she says is, what he wants for us is to be so keenly aware of his divine presence with us. So aware of the Lord with us in every moment of every day, that whatever we do takes on the nature of the extraordinary, and we live in a sense of wild gratitude. I once was talking to a priest, and I said, I want to be a saint. I want to do all these amazing things. Like, I want to serve the Lord. I want to go to India, whatever, right? And I was like, but in the moment I can't do all these things, and so I can't be a saint. I can't be holy. And he said, Danny, you can be holy by doing the dishes. Because by you being the dishes and inviting the Lord into that moment, by being aware of his presence and being grateful for that, that's how you can be holy. You can do the everyday tasks and invite the Lord into those tasks. Another thing that Colleen says later on in the chapter is that really what God is asking for us is to live in contentment. Open quote, this is what Jesus desires to invite us into. A contentment that is not dependent on who we are, but on who he is. End quote. A contentment that is not dependent on who we are, but who he is. We should not be self-focused, but we should be other-focused. We should already know who we are in the Lord. We are sons and daughters of God. And that should be so ingrained into us that we don't have to focus on who we are. What we do is not dependent on who we are, but so focused on the Lord. I don't know. I'm just super passionate about this scripture because I don't know about you, but a lot of times I get so caught up in thinking that I'm just doing too much, which could be true sometimes. Granted, I get myself caught in a lot of things of just doing. But I can do all those things aware of the Lord's presence in my life, aware of who he is and not what I'm doing and not on what I am. And I can be peaceful in that. As Colleen says, I can be content with that. And then I can live in a sense of wild gratitude. So maybe that's just something you needed to hear. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I'm just very passionate about a lot of things about it. But yeah, stay tuned. Come back to my channel, hit like, hit subscribe, comment on what your thoughts are. Are you more of a Mary? Are you more of a Martha? And let me know if you hearing that it's okay to be a Martha also changed your life, because woo, it changed mine. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.